Hey there, guys. My name is Crow, and today I'm going to be talking about a game called Band Space. Now, Band Space actually offers a neat little treat for two different niche markets right now. The first one being virtual reality, VR, and the second one being the rhythm game genre. So, if you were like me and you grew up and over the last couple of decades addicted to games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, then this game really suits the niche very well because it is pretty much a game that allows you to play keyboard, guitar, bass, and drums. And you can just play all those instruments using the controllers that come standard with the VR headset, which is fantastic. You don't have to worry about having all those instruments anymore. I remember having to keep up with all those various instruments and how complicated that could be sometimes. But, it was a great time and it was a lot of fun, especially when playing with other people. And now you can do that standalone from your headset with other friends of yours who are also standalone in their headsets as well. You can also download this on Steam. So if you have a Steam VR headset, no worries, it is available for you there as well. But if you are like me, you decided to go ahead and get it standalone on the Quest store, which is totally also an option. They're doing a really good job with this game. It's actually a very exciting time for Band Space because they are going to be officially releasing the game sometime later this week, which is really awesome because, like I said, I was addicted to these games as a child. So to be able to get back into this style of game and for it to feel so nice really, really excites me. I think the last time I enjoyed a rhythm game of this nature was Rock Band VR, and if you ever got the chance to see Rock Band VR, it was a good game, but it was very difficult because not only did you have to have a VR headset back when VR was still pretty young, but you also had to have a modern Rock Band controller, and then you had to get this weird adapter that you clipped to the back of the Rock Band controller, and then you tethered your Oculus controller to it. It was this whole nightmare. It wasn't really super fun to do, but the game itself was great. But you haven't really seen anything super great from either Rock Band or Guitar Hero since, and it's kind of a shame because I grew up with the genre, and I was really excited to see that there was something out there like this game. Now, I've seen various developers try to make rhythm games for VR in the past, but I don't think anyone has quite nailed it to the same extent as Bandspace here. Because what they've gone and done is made it where you can play all four of those instruments, all using the same controllers, not having to change between any of them. Um, Now, I will say that at this point in time, the library is relatively limited. I think they are sitting at about a 15 game library at this point in time, and if I'm not mistaken, I think they're supposed to be dropping a 30 game library when the game drops. I don't know if that's certain or not. I'm just going based off of what I believe to be the case, based on the roadmap that they have on their Discord. That being said, the Discord community, speaking of which, is actually very active and they make custom songs. And you can see some really interesting gameplay there where you can actually see the fret hand moving up and down the neck as well as some strumming on the strings. So, this is the bass instrument that you're watching now. And it's very intuitive. You kind of take your strum hand, or sorry, your fret hand up and down the neck, and then you can see as the notes approach what's called the judge line, you strum up or down to kind of match the beat of the notes. So it's very much like Rock Band and Guitar Hero in that way. Um, it's not as hardcore in a couple of ways, but even more complicated in other ways. So, for example, you can't fail songs in this, at least not yet. Maybe they'll change that in the future, but at this point in time, you don't have to worry about cringing your bandmates when you fail the song because everyone else is destroying it and you're still new to it and you don't have to worry about that anymore. It's no longer an issue. Um, but it is a little bit less forgiving in that there's different variations of note hits. So you have like good hits, great hits, and perfect hits. So if you watch when I hit these notes, if it shows 100, that means it's a perfect. But any value beneath the 100 means it wasn't as a perfect hit. So it's not like Guitar Hero and Rock Band where it's just hit or miss, and that's all there is to it. You also have perfect hits, good hits, and great hits, and near misses, stuff like that. And if you truly want to perfect the song, you need to get like 98% perfect hits. The highest score you can get on any one song is 1 million. So if you average like 80,000, 90,000 per song, I would say that you're doing pretty good. Um, But yeah, they manage it in a way where the every song can only reach a million. So it's very consistent in that way. It's not like Rock Band or Guitar Hero where various songs have different score amounts, and that's also probably helpful in part that there's no like equivalent to star power or overdrive like you would see in those games. So it's just you and the notes, and that's all there is to it. All right, so we're going to get into a little bit of keyboard gameplay here, and as you can see, there's the kind of the keyboard floating beneath me there, and you're moving up and down. You also have the notes that kind of you have to follow after you press the keys down. You sort of slide the notes, and that's kind of a fun element of the keyboard itself. I definitely personally would recommend starting on keyboard or drums. They're a lot more intuitive in the VR space. You don't have to worry about tracking a fret hand and a strumming hand separately. You kind of just sort of slam the thing that's in front of you, and it's super like rewarding. And the haptic feedback on the controllers is very nicely done. Just like I said in my review of this game, I gave up on the idea of there being a really good rhythm game in VR. I didn't think anyone was ever going to be able to do it, and I'm really glad to see that this game has proven me wrong because like I said, this was my childhood. So I'm just super stoked to see a game in this platform exist and to be performed so well and made so nicely and to have multiplayer access and to have such a live community, people making custom tracks from all the big bands that you can think of. There's dozens of custom tracks that you can download on the Discord that are super fun and really exciting to get involved with as well. And I feel like, as the player base continues to grow, we'll see more and more support from the community and really just overall benefit everyone who loves this kind of game. So we're going to get a little bit of drum gameplay right here real quick so you can also kind of see how that goes. And it's very fast paced, but also super fun, super rewarding to hit the notes. But yeah, guys, if you find yourselves with a VR headset and you want to check this game out, it is free both on Steam and the Oculus Store. Definitely give it a shot. It is a lot of fun, especially for a free to play game. Doesn't cost you a dime. They're about to drop the full release of the game. They have said that they will put some store product out there for like cosmetics and such, but they've claimed multiple times that the game is free to play and it's going to stay that way. So if you want to get in on this one early before, it becomes super old and everyone is playing it and you feel behind, if you want to get in front of the line, so to speak, and get on top of it and become an absolute master at the game before it fully releases, I highly recommend it. I'm on here almost every single day for at least an hour for the exercise, if nothing else. It's a really good time. So yeah, I hope this video was informative for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching, and hopefully I'll see you out here in band space. And until next time, everyone, take it easy.